Welcome to the Invahement Company Music Podcast with your hosts KP and Ashton Thomas. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What's happening, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
I'm Ashton.
And I'm KP.
And this is the Invahement Company Music Podcast, the show made by music enthusiasts.
For music enthusiasts.
Y'all know what it is. We glad to be back. As you see, we got Big Mar. Hey, Big Mar. Bassist, producer, music savant, Marlo Scott. And we got somebody new on board. I've been knowing this guy for about the last almost 20 years now. Great guitarist, great musician, great guy overall. My boy, Paul Brown. Y'all give it up for him.
Woo! What up?
Yeah. Y'all know
Legend
this is an unfiltered, raw
Legend
conversation.
is insane. Legend is insane. You're starting. Wow. Legendary is insane.
Legendary. Risk up. Yes.
All right, so from here we can actually, talk about some Ohio artists and the community throughout this, or the I guess the state of Ohio music and artists and all that. So funny story, I remember, and of course I would remember this because the backlash, so to speak, that I got was so anyway. When I was like 21 or 22, I put like my top 10 list on Facebook of Ohio-born musicians, which included the GOAT, Aaron Lindsay, in my opinion, GOAT producer, Bootsy Collins, who was born and raised in Cincinnati, and a few other people. And I got to tell you, a lot of the Cleveland musicians were like ready to fight me. so because they were mentioning people like Eric Bias and Lafayette Carthon and Frank McComb and the Hubbard brothers and all that. And I'm like, well, I mean, there was no particular order, and I'm not discrediting them. It's just it was just who I felt were
inspired you.
Yeah, inspired me. Who I felt were like the top 10 artists of Ohio, and then but actually after that it did it was like a kick in the pants for me to actually do my homework on a lot of those guys, which are obviously a lot of them are some of my favorite musicians now, like Eric Bias. That's definitely my guy. And Frank McComb, when I got into his catalog, I'm like, okay, yeah, I was definitely I needed that. I needed that because first of all, I didn't even know Frank McComb was from Cleveland anyway. I knew for a while he was living in Philadelphia when he first started his career, and then moved out to L.A. But when he started playing with Prince, but to know that he was from Cleveland and got his roots there, I'm like, man, and there's without saying, there's definitely something in the water with that, because not just him, but Shantae Can, she was living in Cleveland for a little while. I think she was actually born and raised in the Northeast Ohio area. Of course, singer, Bilal, he's from Cleveland. Of course, my guy Duran Bernard, was grew up on 93rd. Yeah,
Duran.
So
Brother Duran.
So yeah, definitely, man. And at this point, it's a broken record, but I mean, it's the truth. The state of Ohio, period, especially Cleveland, can go toe to toe with anybody from New York or Chicago or Atlanta, like Philly. Yeah,
and like artist side, musician side. BGV. I think Ohio has some of the best BGVs, especially the Dayton.
I was just getting ready to say
Dayton, Springfield. They breed BGVs. My gosh! Oh,
I gotta say this much to that effect, because I actually went back and listened to Skylar Johnson's album. The background vocals on that joint, I'm like, Jesus.
Columbus too. It's like that region, like y'all BGVs is just like crazy.
Because you got to think they're coming up under the tutelage of Jonathan Dunn and Tanya Baker. So those two by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you got to know what you're doing vocally if you're gonna come up over there. So
did y'all ever get have y'all ever heard of this group out of Cleveland? They were, this was like 2010 to 12 ish. but funny sound. The funny
Yes.
sound. Ahead of its time. When I tell
Yeah, for
y'all
sure.
ahead of its time, I
Yeah.
mean we had okay. Kenny Bell, Kenny Bell, shout out to Kenny Bell, Cleveland,
We
Ohio.
talked about him.
The
Yeah.
Black Vitamins, yep. It was him, Shannon Wainwright, shout out to my big bro, Shannon Wainwright, out of Cleveland, Ohio. He's an amazing keyboard organist, but he's the brains of a lot of organizations when it comes to stuff like musically. He's amazing. Um, but they had this idea of a group, and they brought in 5 artists who were individual artists and brought them as a group. You had Shamir. Shout out to Shamir. I think she's in L.A. She sings. I think she does. She did Beyonce at one point. But she's singing with a few artists, like really dope singer out of Cleveland, Ohio. Quiana. Her name is. She goes by Reagan Gray, but back then she was Qui. Amazing artist. She just dropped an. I wish I remember the name of her singer. I'm gonna look it up. But she just dropped.
All I Want for Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, I was on that. I was
Shout
on
out to
that.
her. Oh, you was on that? Yeah. Okay. Sam Goody, who is Ken's brother, who sings. Frank West. Frank West. Shout out to Frank West, Cleveland native. He was on The Voice some years back. I think during like the pandemic era, he was on The Voice. Made it pretty far on there too. And Don the King. He's in New York now. But this group, bro, that album, I still got that album on my old MacBook. I'ma send it to y'all. That album was amazing. Musically,
doubt.
that album was so dope. And it made me think about like some of the little like projects that we didn't get to hear, like didn't get that mainstream push. That would probably do numbers right now.
Oh yeah, I got to shout out my girl Melody Joy out of Cleveland, which Marlo, y'all know Melody Joy. Eris and Jordan, they produced their album like back in 2010, 2011 ish. Never seen the light of day, and that was one of the that was one of the most heartbreaking because literally, I think Jordan, Eris, and Malachi, they all had like a writing, and Sam as well. They all had like writing and production credits on that album. For one reason or another, never got out, but that was definitely some of the most incredible production, playing, singing stuff that I believe if it did come out, she would have had like best artist of the year for a Stellar Award. Like, and I'm not just saying that just to say that could have been, that really could have been the case. So yeah, definitely. So
Yeah, I mean, Ohio is just incredible, and I just like the people we know, just the different genres, like funk, like Dayton. When you start talking about Dayton, and you start talking about its reputation as like a funk capital, you talking about the Ohio players, that
yes.
Lakeside, like you talking about some
It's the
crazy,
funk
like
capital. It's the funk capital.
literally, like,
It
and
is.
it's just no denying it. And like, I was on Threads and somebody was saying like Ohio don't get the love it deserves, and it gets a lot of hate, honestly, for some of the best music to come out of Ohio. Still, it's just pretty crazy. For real.
We're not a major market state. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm just be honest with you, if you took all of the cities, like the circular cities of Toledo, Cleveland, let's say Akron, Canton, Youngstown, Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, Springfield, all of those type of cities, you take those cluster of cities and put them in Texas, crazy. Crazy exposure. You take those cities and put them in Florida or Georgia, California, like it's just a location.
Illinois.
Yeah, and it sucks because we're in that in between, because we're in between. We too far from Chicago to get respect from them, because we got Detroit in the middle. So we trying to like compete with that
Compete
to
with
hold
Detroit.
that down. Then you got Philly over here in Pennsylvania. You got Philly right there, and then you got New York State, New York City. You know what I'm saying? You got all of those areas. You got the DMV. So it's like we're literally in the middle.
Of all of
You
that.
know what else is in the middle? The eye of the storm, and that's the most dangerous part.
Yes.
I reform.
Huh? Someone come body, catch it.
Come on, somebody.
Come on, come body, Simone.
somebody. Come on, listen, Ohio. Period. So
I got to shout out one more person too. He's a legend. That's what I wanted to say. Like, I remember when that happened, when you did that post, and I was the type of person. I was just like, two things. It's his opinion. Ashton, not then, not now, does not set the bar for what the top 10 in Ohio. That's his list. I'm a LeBron guy. LeBron is the GOAT to me. Michael Jordan is number 2. That's my list. Just because I don't have him at number 1 does not mean I don't value him. Just to me, I have LeBron 1, Jordan 2. It's your list. Second, I'm grown. Hell. And just real talk. We grown. But I wasn't exposed to a lot of this type of music until I got older and my environment changed. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I am one of the biggest PJ Morton fans. I would not have known PJ Morton if it wasn't for Jordan Simmons. I knew who PJ Morton was, but I didn't know I didn't know PJ Morton the artist until I met Jordan Simmons. I knew PJ Morton the organist who played for his dad and, was tuning his dad up when he came to Cleveland a few times. He introduced me to PJ Morton the artist. I was like, oh.
Right.
Oh, okay. I find he set that wave, and then when I'm from PJ, that's how I got hit the Shantae Can and all. It was like a ripple effect.
Ripple effect.
You know what I'm saying? So that's his list. But I gotta shout out a person from Cleveland. He's known more so for being a songwriter, but he has by far one of the most complete R&B albums I ever heard. His name is Myron Davis. Shout out to Myron Davis.
Yes.
Myron Davis. He's written hits for a lot of folks. Kanye Doss, Drew Hill. I feel like he did. I could be mistaken, but I feel like he wrote or did something with D'Angelo at one point. I could be wrong, but I think he worked with some folks like that. Like in the 90s, he was one of the guys. And he's from here. He's from Cleveland as well. So I wanted to shout him out as well. You know what? Okay, so can we talking about artists? Because as much as I uplift the artist, don't be this artist. Let me tell y'all something. I worked with an artist, 2012. Yep, I had hair. 2012. I got a call to do a video shoot for an artist, and I was like, sure, I don't got nothing to do. Let's do it. Never heard of this dude. I'm not gonna say his name.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna say his name. But I'm like, cool. So I'm like, can you send me the music? Because I'm thinking we're gonna be playing. Like he said, we're doing a video recording, live recording video. So I'm learning all the music and everything. So they come pick me up. So we at the spot. It was in some studio in Akron, Ohio. And we chilling, everything cool. So I like to get to know people. So I don't know this person. He's the artist. He didn't say much of nothing to me other than booking me and when he picked me up from my crib. Didn't really talk. So I'm trying to get to know him, like, what's up, da 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 da. So I'm like, man, how would you describe yourself as an artist? I've listened to his music, mind you. He said, and I quote, I just consider myself like the Black John Mayer.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh my god, I am done.
You said what, bro? You said Black John Mayer? Yeah, I'm like, in what way? Because you're talking to a guitar player.
Right.
In what way? Give me a song. You know a song, Gravity? Yes.
I am done.
That's me. Done. That represents his style. That's first of all, Gravity is one of my favorite songs of all time. What you not gonna do is you not gonna compare yourself to my cousin John. You leave John out of this.
Leave John out of this.
Leave John.
bro.
You
And
cussing down out of it.
you're an R&B singer.
Right.
If you heard this man music, and then I told you he said that he's the Black John Mayer, you'd be like, what?
You said
Come
in
again?
what way?
In what way? I really want to know, like, in what way? Name me a song. Because if he would have named a certain song, I'd be like, okay, you mean bluesy. Because he got some blue, John Mayer got that bluesy song too. No, he went straight to Continuum. He went straight to Gravity. Gravity is a heartfelt song. What are you talking about? What? Ain't no R&B in that song.
No.
Zero.
No.
Right, bro.
And in that moment, I realized I should have known.
In that moment.
That was my menace to society. You know you done fucked up, right?
I was about to say, you know.
That's
when they realized.
And I didn't take it. I'm like, I stuck around for the money. Stuck around for the money, man. Which leads me to talk. Bro, I will say that experience got me the opportunity to work with another Cleveland legend who's a producer, Tony Nicholas. Shout out to Tony Nicholas. Legend. He's really legendary. Like, his catalog is, you'd be like, what? And the way that I met him was insane. I met him at a gig. I got called to do a gig last minute, like, hey, we got a gig from 8 to 10. Can you pull up? Yeah, sure. Pull up. I knew the drummer, Dan Spencer, Pastor Dan Spencer. Shout out to Pastor Dan Spencer in Cleveland, Ohio. He was on drums. So I see the bass player. I'm like, what's up, man? How you doing? You know, just keeping it short. I'm like, Paul. He's like, Tony, cool. He killing. I mean, killing. So we all break. I'm like, hey, man, you sound great. He's like, man, you sound good too. I'm like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So Dan, like, Pastor Dan, he's like, you don't know who that is? I said, who is that? He's like, you don't know who that is? I said, no. Who is he? He's like, that's Tony Nicholas. I said, okay. he's like, he wrote Practice What You Preach. I said, Barry White. I fanboyed. Barry White. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, nigga, he cold.
He was going crazy after that.
What? Man, he showed me, like, he's the first guy that I seen, like, who owned an amazing studio. Man, he had a studio in downtown Cleveland. Oh, I went and I was like, I want this. Oh, my God, I want this. Shout out to Tony Nicholas, man. That's somebody, he's a legend.
Oh, yeah.
Legend. Oh,
yeah, we definitely got to give love to the OGs. I think some of my all-time favorite people. Not that I'm biased or anything, but definitely got to shout them out. One in particular, a gentleman by the name of Paul. You may know Michael Calhoun from Daz Band.
Oh yeah,
he's serious. Like that definitely him. Of course, the Hubbard brothers. You know, you gotta because they were probably, I want to say, one of the first Cleveland musicians who actually had a big gig back in the 90s, going on tour with Jodeci and everything. Definitely Kevin Bias, who actually, when I got to play with him, that was a lot of fun. We did a show in Akron with the Creative Players. Yeah, Kevin Bias.
That's Eric's dad.
So he was telling me how he went on a tour with Mickey Howard back in 1987, and how from that tour alone he was able to buy his first house, which he still lives in to this day. I'm like, wow. That is solid, bro.
A fun fact, Ashton. Fun fact is that Kevin Bias, shout outs to Uncle Kev, is a few weeks ago when he came up here to do a gig, and Joey was on that gig too. He told me he told me right then and there. He's like, I grew up with your dad, back in the day. Like we grew up together. Like we started our first group together and everything. He actually, who ended up being, one of my dad's best friends / writing partners and production partners, with Scott and Raven in the 80s and stuff like that. Uncle Said, Kevin Bias introduced my dad to Uncle Said, and then they all became a group, and then they branched off, and then Uncle Kevin started doing his thing, playing guitar for everybody. And then my dad, that's when he went to, writing for people and stuff like that, and had his other groups and stuff like that. So it's just a little fun fact I want to put out there.
That's solid.
That's dope.
Speaking of the Hubbards, man, like out of all three of the brothers in some way, shape, or form have had like some type of impact on my life. Like Uncle Rodney, he was the first cat that like gave me a chance. I didn't know what I was doing playing guitar. I just wanted to play and get better. So I wanted to play for their teen church, the Word Church. I wanted to play for their teen service. So he was like, "Well, come up here, bring your amp, and come play a rehearsal." So I'm thinking I'm about to play for the teens. No, this was big church rehearsal. So this was my first time meeting Joey Green. This is my like I've seen him, but I didn't.
Joey
This is my
on
first time
bass.
meeting him. Yeah, Joey on bass.
My OG, man.
My homie.
Oregon.
My OG, man. My big bro.
Yeah, Robert Hubbard, Uncle Rob on drums, but you also had Ben Holton. Shout out to Ben Holton, the Cleveland native, drums as well. The OG Pocket King. The OG Pocket King. That man ain't doing nothing.
But it's tight though. See, that's the thing. It's tight. It's tight.
And I'm not exaggerating. He do the mouth and everything. Like no. Every time you hit that snare, I'm like, boy, you know. I said, God dang, bro. But I met all of them there, and like, I got scared. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, and Joey, he's like, oh, you the cat that's auditioning today. I was like, yeah. He's like, you got it, man. You got it, young fella. You got it.
You
And I'm like,
yeah.
I swear, bro. And I didn't think it was crazy to think like in a couple years I would end up really working with these cats. Like when I actually got on, like full, like I got elevated to actually playing for the Word. Joey was one of them ones that he was like, I never forget this. Joey was used to not having guitar players, so he like, I can open up. So I'm coming around now. I'll never forget this. Joey gonna laugh when Joey Green. You gonna laugh when you see this. We was doing a song, and it got good. So I'm opening up a little bit. Apparently, I opened up a little too much for Joey's liking. He was like, hey, bro. I'm like, what's up? He said, hey, man, you sound good. He said, but I'm Shaq. You Kobe.
Ah, shoot.
I was like, what'd you say to me?
God. Oh my God, that's so crazy.
He's like,
Shaq Kobe is crazy.
give me the ball. I said, well, Kobe ain't passing the ball. Kobe ain't passing.
That's so
mentality.
That is hilarious.
Weak.
Man.
Sound just like Joey.
Man, when I tell you that's
Shout
my
out to Joey Green.
Joe. Man, we got a lot of legends around here, bro.
Yeah.
It's legend. Because he's on tour. Is the tour over now? But he was on, obviously, plays for Gladys Knight. And they did that big tour with Stephanie and Shaka.
Yo, I have an amazing story from that. When they came to the city, I did a gig at this spot called Flight Social. Shout out to Flight Social in
Flight
Cleveland,
Social,
Ohio.
yeah.
You know about that, okay?
One of the
I know about it. I've never been. I want to go so bad.
Check them out. They're one of the last few spots that really, really, really appreciates live music and showcasing artists. Shout out to them. Shout out to B. Landrum, who is he's pretty much like the coordinator for their live entertainment. So he's giving artists opportunities. And he's not even here. He's actually on tour right now, but he's still like putting people in place to like have opportunities. Man, what? Shout out to him. So I did this brunch there on a Sunday, and it was my cell phone guitar, young bull named Tyshawn White from Cleveland on drums. Yeah. Amazing drummer. Yes. Amazing drummer. And my bro, my homie, Joe F on keys.
Oh yeah,
shout out
boy.
Joseph F on keys.
Shout out to Joe.
Yes. Yeah. Crazy good musician. Like and a nutcase. He's funny. He's hilarious.
Yes, yeah, he is.
But we were doing that gig. Shout out to T Marie. She's the artist she was the artist for T Marie.
She's dope, bro.
Man, she's one of my favorites.
We gotta get her on here because
oh my God.
Yeah, definitely get her on here.
Definitely.
She's amazing. So it was just a 3-piece and her, and we just going at it. So this cat, he walk in, and he was just like stuck. He's like, So he getting on the phone. He walking back in, walking out, getting on the phone. It was Jeff Bradshaw.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was him. That's who it was. I didn't recognize it because the last time he had lost a lot of weight, so I didn't recognize him. He had called.
Jeff Bradshaw plays for Jill. He played for Jill too, right, Ashton?
Yeah, he played for everybody.
Jill, Erica, all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
So he was there playing for Patty. He was in Patty's band. He called all of them down because you remember you got Gladys band, you got Patty, you got Shaka Khan, and you had Stephanie Mills. 4 different bands. All of them came down. And when I tell you they showed so much love, they was over here, they was like, oh, this is what's in Cleveland? Oh, y'all different.
Hey, was Joey there? Did Joey come down?
No, he wasn't there. I think he was at his people's church because it was early. It was brunch time. It was like 2 to 4. But it was a shed later on. It was a shed later on that night. When I tell you they showed so much, bruh, that was an amazing time. But even just I ain't gonna hold you. Like it was one of them feelings. It gave me a little bit of validation.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna hold you. I be having them moments. I'm like, I'm out here like touring like that, and I ain't like, you know what I'm saying. Like you're always your worst critic. But for me, it's like to get validation from some like real hitters. Like they're like, bro. Like I remember one of the cats. He was like, "What? Why you here?" I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Why you ain't on the road?" I ain't never got a call. He said, "Come on." I was like, I've never had that. So for me, it felt good because I don't get that. You don't get that from your peers sometimes. I don't know how it is in Lorraine or Toledo, but I know here in Cleveland, there's no knock on the city. There's no knock on the city, but you don't get that. It's more so here. What I feel like is like, we got love for each other, but it's also like tough. It's like that unneeded tough love sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? Like versus like, hey yo man, giving people your flowers. I feel like sometimes people don't give their flowers until they done got put on. You gotta get put on first, then it'd be like, oh yeah man, you can play. Nah, bro, I was able to play a couple years ago when I was trying to work with you, but I ain't have a name. You know, now like three and a possible amount of people know me. Now you want to rock with me? It's like,
man, it's funny that you said that because I'll say this because there was at one point when J. Drew and Kiki Sheard, I was on the J. Drew gig and we played. I forget that one spot in Cleveland. I want to say the Agora or whatever.
Yeah.
We did there. J. Drew. It was the Bridges tour, and I was on J. Drew's set, and it was funny because a lot of people wasn't really rocking with me until like it took somebody to actually get that respect. I'm like, wow, this is what it took. I'm like,
yeah.
If that's the case, I mean, whatever. But yeah, like, okay, so yeah. But actually. As I was saying, definitely want to shout out a couple of other people. Lafayette Carthon.
Lafayette.
The guy went on tour with the Winans, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, like you name it. He's been on. Like he's seen the world with the top artists, and definitely one of the all time greats. And then since we're talking about that, I remember the first time I think it was at Jones Chapel in Cleveland. Because it was one of the first times when we really started like hanging out with Joey. He was there. My homie Christina Cloud, drummer, she was there. JC, he was also there. A lot of people came out to this one program. Like the Golden Brothers, Brian and Dwayne, they were both there. And to actually close it, Dreen Ivory, he had a group, and he was his group. And he got on piano. He introduced everybody. He introduced the piece. Like the very first thing he played on piano, like we all, like, he absolutely lost it, bro. I'm like, this is how you going? This is how you doing it?
Wow.
Crazy. Nah, he's out in Tokyo, Japan, or Japan period, just killing the game right now. So, and he made it clear that he's not coming back either, just because he's doing so well out there too. So, but yeah, shout out to Dreen Ivory, definitely a great who I feel should have been a millionaire years ago. He's just that good. So for sure.
Yes,
And we can't
sir.
forget about Kyrie. Like, he is really, really doing amazing things.
Yeah, and then
For real.
and
Like,
much respect to him because he's still here in Ohio. Definitely.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Started like a new community for like
Yes.
musicians and things like
Yeah.
that. Want to get into production and whatever. I was like, he really does put on for Cleveland, put on for Ohio. Period. To do what he's doing right now, to go to where he's. I mean, but then that talks to the character of the person as well. Like,
Yeah.
Kyrie is just like an overall dope person.
Yeah, he hasn't changed at all as a person.
Yeah,
He's still,
like,
Literally.
and has
Literally.
just been elevated to literally the top of the top. I mean,
And don't forget one thing about him aside from like you just said, Kay, him trying to like build up the young community, not only like Ohio cats because he's big on Ohio cats, but just young cats throughout the whole country. One thing I always respect about Kyrie, and I've known Kyrie since we were kids, is that he wasn't going to stop until he put his homies on. And half of Beyonce's band is Red Hands. You got Al on bass.
shout out to Red Hands.
You got Jonathan Fields playing percussion. I mean, that's half Red Hands right there, you know. And that, you're talking about the top artists aside from Taylor Swift. He's MDing for Beyonce, and then he put his homies on. He didn't stop until they was on. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I respect about him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to God.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Kyrie. Shout out to Al, because to see him out,
Parker,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm like, bro. to
Oh
see-
my God, Paul, why are you gonna do this right now?
It puts a smile on my face,
Yeah,
bro.
Paul, why are you
period.
gonna do this right now?
I'm dead serious. Like, people don't understand. Al Parker, for me, Al Parker was a representative of what a musician's supposed to be. Me, like, and not just a musician, but a believer. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, he was the mark. I remember the first time I met him, I was playing at the Word, and this is when he like got on. He started playing there too. We all like came on around at the same time, and he was there, and I'm like, you know, he was very friendly and stuff, and I'm like, how you doing? He's like, and I have heard about him. I never met him though. Kept hearing him, like, man, it's cat Al Parker. I'm like, okay. And then he's good. He's from Akron. I'm like, okay, cool. So, dude, killing. I'm like, oh my God,
Killing.
This nigga, he
Killing.
plays perfect bass.
Killing.
I never knew what perfect bass was until I sat next to Al Parker.
Perfection.
So,
Perfection.
he's like, hey man, I didn't get your name. I'm like, I'm Paul. He's like, I'm Al. I'm like, you Al Parker? He's like, I'm like, bro, I've heard so much about you. But the thing that caught my attention with him more than anything else, it wasn't the fact that he was an amazing bass player. He was there early. He was set up, chilling. He had his Bible. Like, he was there getting a word. I'm like,
Saved, Paul, saved.
saved.
Holy Ghost feel.
Saved.
Fire
Like,
back.
Sanctified,
Like,
huh?
no, I'm not even trying to hype him up. Like, dead serious. Like, I had to make sure I came correct. Like, he kept me, and he wasn't even telling me to do so. Like, hey, do this, do this. No, he was just being an example. Like,
Example, yeah. Yep.
Example, yeah.
Man,
I'm
imagine
like,
what it would be like if that was the standard.
man.
Like,
And
what?
then like he wasn't trying to like, he's like, man, I just want to play. I'm just gonna do my job, go home, real chill. To see him playing like, cause Al gonna be like, man, I'm not even that good. Like, I know plenty of better bass players. I'll be like, Al, shut up.
Hey, bro. One time he told me, he said, I get terrified to hear myself solo. I said,
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I think I remember that conversation because I think it was you, him, and Johnny Parker.
Yeah.
When y'all were talking that one time, I remember that.
He literally said this, and I quote, "I'm terrified to hear myself play
I remember
solo.
that.
If I hear myself solo, it's a terror. It's like a cringy feeling. I just could not. I didn't understand what he was talking about.
That's how you know he great. Because most of the best people say the same exact thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Singers, musicians.
I said the
and
same
you be
thing.
like,
I'm
what?
like I don't say the same thing. But
Like,
let me
most
shout
great
out.
say the same thing.
Let me shout out. So Al and then Joey, those are my bros. If you heard me play on records live, you enjoy me as a bassist, my influences in house in Ohio, like that really helped shape me as a player is Al Parker and Joey Graves. I will forever thank their influence on my career as a bassist. They aside from like the big guys, everybody wants to talk about Marcus and Victor, and in gospel you're going to talk about Maurice Fitzgerald and Goucher and all these cats, but like examples in town in the state, those two cats are the biggest influences in my professional playing career, man.
Oh, for sure.
There's some styles that I've shaped that became me because of those dudes. And it's little stuff. It's not even like licks. It's feeling. It's placement.
I could tell you worked with. I could tell Joey was an influence on you when I first actually heard you play. I'm like, oh yeah. He's the first one.
He was the first one. He was the first one.
I got to shout out. We shout out bass players. I have to shout out.
Who you going to do? I already know where it's coming. It's coming.
He's my favorite.
Go ahead.
Dave Hart.
Dave Hart. Yes.
Funny.
Dave Hart.
Oh
Dave
my
Hart.
God.
My favorite.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Shout out to him because he actually played on the that Reggae Grey Christmas single that's how
That you played on.
Yeah.
Dave Hart,
Yeah.
Shout out to
He's
Walt
the best in
Barnes.
Cleveland.
Walt Barnes.
Walt
Barnes.
Yeah.
Yep. Played for Babyface. Yep.
Player. He's a professional bass player.
And he be killing with Babyface too.
No,
by the way.
and he can sing his behind off as well. Y'all ever heard his quartet group?
Hey, K, you heard his quartet group? Because he got one of the best quartet groups of all time.
What's the name of the quartet group?
Walt Barnes and Men of Ministry. They got some hitters.
Hitters for real.
He got hitters in that band. Oh,
They kind of like,
You gotta
yeah.
send it to me.
They kind of remind me of what's Warren Campbell's group.
Soul Seekers.
Yeah, it kind of remind me of them. Soul Seekers. Yeah, like that vibe.
They got.
But they're first. They're before the Soul Seekers. They
were.
They've been out before that.
Back in the 80s, he had that group.
But Dave Hart, I have to thank him because I was playing guitar a couple years before I got connected with him. I got connected with him later, like 2010, 2011. And I learned so much from him. Like the way Dave plays bass is insane. Like
It's man.
he's a producer. He's the only cat who I met that will play. He knows how to slide and move his fingers to manipulate his L's. He don't know a song. I was like,
Yes. Oh my God, he does do that. Oh my God.
how'd you do that? Because that's not the right part, but it's the right part.
It's music theory. That's what it is. It's music theory.
Dave taught me how to be an aggressive musician, but still be, all right, pick your parts. You ain't got a solo. You ain't got a feel throughout the whole song. He said, I don't want you playing chords the entire song either. Pick your parts. And man, Dave Hart, yep, gotta shout him out. Who else? I gotta shout out some.
He also plays guitar too.
He plays everything.
Yeah, true. He does.
He literally plays everything.
Yeah.
It's
Chris George. Since we talk about guitar players.
Chris George. Shout out to Chris George.
Y'all are like peanut butter and jelly, Paul.
Man, that dude is amazing. But I gotta shout out my big brother, AJ Tyus.
Yes. Oh yeah. Come on.
AJ Tyus, out of all the cats who I've seen on guitar, AJ Tyus was the first cat who ever showed me love on guitar. Really took the time to you know how you like to play and you can play. I'm gonna show you how to play so you can work. I could play, I knew how to play guitar, but I didn't know how to play guitar to give me some work. AJ was the only cat that actually took the time to work with me. AJ sold he sold a pedal board to me. First pedal board I had. First one I thought he gave it to me for a birthday. He's like, man, happy birthday, bro. I'm like, changed my life. Like
That's solid.
he's
Shouts
one of
legend,
my
man.
favorite guitar players. His tone, I'm like, he's one of those cats that you be like, why are you here? Like, why are you here? Like, he's really good. Like, yeah, that's my guy.
Man, I actually met him probably 2 years ago because he came to Jazz on Broadway here in Lorraine. And first time I had never heard of him, but I looked him up and saw he had all these followers on Instagram and all these clips of him killing. I'm like, where have I been at? Have I been living under a rock? Like, he was on fire that night, man. So yeah, shout out to AJ Tyus.
AJ different, bro. He's a different player.
Legend himself.
Listen,
Yes,
legend.
yeah. Since we're still talking about bassists and guitarists, my boy, he's now in Nashville now, but Jeremiah Napier.
Yep.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, brother Jeremiah.
Like, to see how he became a bass player is crazy. Shout out to his brother, his older brother, Maceo. Maceo, he plays bass. That's who got him going.
Forget Daz Band. Yep. He's on
He
that
plays
gig now.
bass.
Yep.
He's Maceo is actually the guy who first got me on to playing in clubs when I was 17. So we met at a shed at Fair Temple. Shout out to Fair Temple, to the McMillans, Willie McMillan, Michael McMillan. They used to have, that was the location for the sheds.
Shout out to McMillan brothers because they're legends.
Shout out to Willie and Michael. Mark, shout out to all the McMillans, Fair Temple. They had musicals, sheds. Yeah. Shout out to Willie. Willie's the cat that worked with me when I didn't know, when I was learning how to play guitar. Willie taught me how to play from the organ. Shout out to
Willie. That's the homie. Yes.
Shout out to Willie, amazing vocalist. But I met him at the shed. He's like, "Hey man, you can play." I'm like, "Cool, I appreciate you." He's like, "Man, I'm gonna call you for some work." So one day, he had called me. He's like, "Man," and I told him what school I go to. He's like, "Okay, cool." So he called me. He was like, "What you about to do?" I'm like, "Man, I had to finish my homework." He's like, "Man, you allowed to play in clubs?" I was like, "I ain't never played at a club before. I'm only 17." He's like, "All right." He said, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell your mom we're gonna play at church. I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go." He took me to this spot called House of Swing. Fruit joint, House of Swing. And he's like, apparently he had told them about me before I got there. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring my young fella. He can play." Man, I thought I could play. This old school cat named Skeeter. I don't know where he came from. I don't know if he was just visiting for a while. Skeeter. This nigga whooped my ass on guitar. Oh my God. When I say boot to ass, I wasn't even trying to tussle. That nigga. But Maceo, ever since then, he would call me like, "Hey, you finish your homework? All right, I'm gonna pick you up." He kept taking me there. I was getting reps there. I was getting, man, shout out to Maceo. But oh yeah, and Jeremiah, he plays trumpet too.
Didn't know that.
Let him tell it he's not good on it anymore, but yeah, he plays trumpet. Solid too.
Shout out to Ohio, for real.
Sure. I know from here in Lorraine, it's a very small community of musicians. I mean, we're very tight knit, but I guess because it's a small market, we really don't get the exposure that I feel we deserve. And I'll even go as far as to say this: it's kind of a shame. Not anything real deep or sobby or anything, but it's kind of a shame that Aaron Lindsay is pretty much the only musician to come out of this camp to actually make it big. Because I feel like a lot of musicians that you may never have heard of. I know Marlo, one bass player that really was a great bass player, which I haven't heard much of lately. A guy by the name of Chris Mahone, who was playing with Charles Woolfolk back in the '90s, and actually, let's talk about that too. So that band, you had George McSears, an organist from Cleveland. He was in there. Chris Mahone, my uncle Jason on keyboards, auxiliary. Pastor Tommy Harris and his brother Dion Harris on drums, and actually that choir that choir was getting a lot of exposure in, and I'll even go as far as to say this. And Marlo, he can vouch for me, and he could definitely back me up on this. That choir was definitely the precursor to Fred Hammond and RFC, like and Kurt Franklin and the family and all that. So
we could talk about it. So a little backstory. Charles won a GMWA choir contest. The choir contest, and for anybody that listens to this story that actually knows the story, if I butcher any parts of the story, charge it to my head, not my heart. This is the story I know from the reliable source. Charles wins the contest. He wins I guess the contest prize was a 1 year, I think it was a 1 year record deal with Benson, which ended up becoming Verity at some point in history. So the deal was with them. Part of the deal was Fred Hammond was producing the record.
Yep.
They all went up to Michigan to his studio to work on the album. That's why in the beginning of Charles Woodforth's first album, glory, hallelujah, all that
sounds just like Inner Court.
All that, right?
Sounds just like Inner Court.
It sounds like Inner Court. So long story short, you had that comes out the top of 94, the first quarter of 94. Inner Court, I think, comes out like the spring of 95, maybe the winter into the spring of 95. So I'm gonna let y'all think about the rest of that right there. Young people like on fire for the Lord, a bunch of praise and worship. We love you, Lord. We thank you, hallelujah. So Charles Woodforth was kind of like one of the original young, like modern gospel, contemporary gospel, praise and worship guys of that era, and then that went right into Fred Hammond and RFC. So we're just going to leave it right there. Take that for how you will. I might be rubbing some feathers right now, but I'm just going to
I'll say the interesting about that group is that what I was told is that he initially asked like people within his age bracket, like my parents and my cousin Pastor Donna Simmons. He was asking all of them to be in the group, but at that point they were all married and had families, and really wasn't
which were really his peers. Like they were, peers, because you had Charles Woodforth came out of 995 when me and Ashton grew up, and in that choir, in that scene was all of them. His dad, our family and all that type of stuff. So I guess, like you said, when they all ran out, it was like, well, I got some young teenagers that could be in the choir. I guess. Let me go ask the little kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to recruit them.
You got to recruit them is crazy.
But I'll say this: we have a lot of my point is we have a lot of very talented musicians here in the community. Just really no market. But I will shout out a few that the Robinson brothers, Steve and Jamal Robinson. They're absolutely incredible, and they're actually doing their thing. Like Jamal's getting ready to come out with his third album, getting ready to record that. Definitely hate to be biased, but my older brother Eris,
great.
The GOAT. He's the drummer he is because of his brother.
His
brother was the original.
And I'll say this: thank God, because I say it all the time because it's true. My father was literally the Joe Jackson of Lorain County, because he was directing our youth choir at the church, and and Marlo can say he was definitely very honest, especially Eris as a drummer growing up, which kind of left a bad taste in Eris's mouth, which is why he actually chose an instrument that my dad really didn't play a lot, which was keyboard and organ, just so take the pressure off a little bit. So I was next, but so he
was definitely hard on all of us as young musicians.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
But it was well worth it for us because we're the musicians we are because of his influence and his tutelage, and that's when we go back to the young musicians. What do young musicians have in mentors that are like within close to them? I'm not talking about YouTube or nothing like that, but sometimes those like in-house mentors is everything. Like Paul said it like. This guy taught me how to play or taught me how to be professional. This guy sat me down and said, you killing, but let's just like let's dial it back and rewire some things. And that's just what's missing with these young musicians. It's so funny I'm saying like I'm an old man now or whatever,
but you are kind of like, in a sense,
in the
like
musician
y'all
world I am, because I
are,
started playing instruments at 5. Yeah, 4
like
or 5
y'all
years old.
are though, like y'all
Yeah.
are like the new mentors. But then it's like too, like when you talk about like Ashton's dad and people like that who helped y'all shape who you guys are as musicians, they were in church homes. People are not doing that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like locked in to a church, not 3 different churches, one church. This is who we are at this church. Everybody now is everywhere. What church you go to? I don't even go to a church, but I got 4 different services that I play at every Sunday, but I don't belong to any of them. How can you mentor somebody when you're literally going for a check only, which that's a whole nother topic to get into that we can talk about. But how can you mentor anybody when you're only looking at it as just work?
I know he want to touch on it. I know he wants to touch on it.
Because but I'm saying that is definitely the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't mentor anyone when you're just literally there for yourself to do a job and leave, and that's all that you're there for. Like, if your dad was doing that, y'all would not be the musicians y'all are right now, in a sense.
I think we're glad, Kay. I think we're glad we grew up in an era where we didn't know that musicians got paid until we was grown. We didn't know nothing about that. All we knew is we
just wanted to play.
We want to play these drums, these basses, these guitars. We knew nothing about nobody getting a check. I knew nothing. At 14 to 15 years old, I know nothing about a musician.
But the checks wasn't even checking like they checking now. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't quitting their jobs for church checks like back in our day. No. Niggas worked and they still did ministry and maybe got some check, but it wasn't enough for you to be like, I quit this 9 to 5. No.
And guess what? The OGs was working jobs, getting off their job to come to the service to play for no money.
That's what I'm saying. Period. I said if you were getting paid, it wasn't enough to quit no job.
I was gonna say one of the problems is it's too much access to the internet. We're chasing viral moments, I feel like, and it's kind of the pandemic's fault too, a little bit, the blip years, but I feel like there was a skip from the developmental state. Like learning how to be a musician, coming to gigs, sitting in, getting your name out there, learning, and then getting put on. Versus, you can play a little bit. Okay, cool. It's some church gonna hire a musician, and they go, okay, I'm gonna play at 5 church, but they never had the opportunity to actually sit under somebody and learn. Yeah. Go under a couple boot camps. Rest in peace, Phil Jones. Phil Jones put some amazing musicians through boot camp.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Like, rest in peace to Phil Jones. Him. Rodney Hubbard. Lafayette has a whole school. Lafayette Carthage has a whole school. Like, it was cats that actually set them up. Like, set up cats to actually teach them how to play. It's cats on the gigging side that did it. But one problem is they got too much access to the internet to go hear from people who they feel have a name. So they want to listen to them. When you got people who are here that can give you the same sound advice, if not more than just the sound advice, they can actually work with you versus asking you to pay $7.99 a month to join on to their
$7.99 a month is crazy.
Hey Paul, you're
exclusive for $7.99 a month. Exclusive content of
join the Patreon. That's what it is. Now it's Patreon.
Yeah,
join the Patreon goes crazy.
Well, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna play a couple dope chords. I'm not gonna show you what it is. I'm not gonna break it down, but I'm gonna just talk to you about stuff that the same cat that's in your city that ain't charging you nothing, just talking to you. And then some cats just don't want to listen. It's here. I know here in this Cleveland, Ohio, it's some amazing talent out there. Some amazing young musicians. Some of them, they know that they can play, but they're still willing to be taught and they want to learn. Shout out to Jaron Rose. He's one of them.
Oh yeah, little bro.
He plays bass. He plays guitar. He plays keys. He wants to grow. And I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there on the negative side. You know who you are. But he's one of those type of cats. He'll hit you up, hey bro, Hey, you said you off on Wednesdays? Hey man, I'm off on Wednesdays the next 3 weeks. Can we get together? Like he wants to go. He'll come out to the gig. I remember he texted me, he said, "Hey bro, I'm trying to learn some more songs on keys. So if I can ever come just sit in, let me know. You can come do the gig. I'm gonna just send you a list of songs."
Yep.
And he came and he knew the songs. You know what I'm saying? And then we were able to go ahead and say, "Oh, this is this." Another cat that does that for people, B. Landrum. He's done it. I've seen him do it for cats. I've seen him do it for Joe. I've seen him do it for Jaron. I've seen him do it for cats like, hey, learn Jordan Wright. I've seen him do it for these cats like, learn these songs. Give you opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Jordan Wright is cold, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shout out
Like,
to Jay Wright.
Like, god damn.
Plum Fool.
Shout out to Jordan. He that nigga
Plum
cold.
Fool.
Plum Fool.
Plum Fool.
He listen, it's some cats, but I just want cats to like, I think we need to reestablish what middle ground looks like.
Yes.
We need to reestablish it because from my perspective, I see cats shooting for tours for Beyonce and them. That's the standard for you. And it's just like, fuck everything else in between. Excuse my language. When you can be a working musician, professional, even if you're not on the road with Beyonce, and still have a professional career and have a amazing career. And I feel like Ashton, I've seen you're one of them that's doing it. Like you're not on the road playing for the top 10 jazz artist right now, but you're on the road. You got exposure. You're getting out there. You're consistently working. Even if you have a 9 to 5, you're still consistently working. Like you got to be grateful for those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't downplay them. And I'm be honest.
I'm having the time of my life doing this, man. Just
like real talk. And I told somebody we talked about doing stuff in the community. Shout out to Dave Hart and Flight Social. We had an event there a few weeks ago, just like a musicians, now I don't want to call it networking, but just a mixer for us to come talk together and stuff like that, and try and like come up with some solutions and stuff. And while I was there, I was talking to a couple homies. Shout out to Elijah Gilmore, drummer out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
Amazing drummer and amazing teacher.
Yes.
Amazing drum instructor. Like he's
another legend.
Another legend. And shout out to Dave Mumford. Dave Mumford, he's a musician, sound engineer. He can cook. He got some of the best smoked proteins.
Tendenism.
Tendenism. You know what I'm saying? And he's just an overall just great guy. That's my big bro. But I was talking to them, and I'm like, we was talking about, one thing we talked about was like a lack of integrity that we have as musicians in the musician community, right? Whether you're young or old, it's a lack of integrity. Not coming to gigs on time and stuff like that. And I said to them, I said, what we're doing is what the actual real definition of prostituting your gift is.
Yeah.
The prostituting of my gift is not me playing an R&B song. It's not me doing an R&B gig. The prostitution of my gift is I'm not taking the time to nurture and cultivate my gift. I'm not practicing, but I expect my gift to continue to pay me constantly. You don't even take the time to practice. You don't take the time to rest. You don't take the time to research, reset. But you just want another round, another gig. Let that nigga take a nap. Right. You're prostituting your gift. Like, you taking all that time to just make the money. That's why you doing 4 services on a Sunday. And you ain't got to go. It's no accountability because they don't have rehearsal because they can't afford it because you tell them, oh, I charge more for the rehearsal. So you okay with doing 4 churches as long as you get paid $600. But if you actually take the time,
you going down the rabbit hole.
You might be in a situation where you don't have to do 4 churches. No disrespect, make your money, bro. But you want more than just, after a while. I know this, I'm trying to keep it very PG. After a while, like, that shit get boring. If that was a relationship, that would get boring. If I treated my lady like some of us musicians treat our job or our gigs, I would be single because my girl gonna leave me.
Yep.
If I'm just doing the same old thing, I ain't putting no effort. I ain't changing the position. I ain't taking her out to this restaurant. I ain't gotta take her 5-star every week.
Yeah.
But 2 times a month, you going somewhere. You know, you gotta be romantic. Be romantic with your instrument. Why wouldn't you be? Take the time, learn her. All my guitars is women. Learn her. You know what I'm saying? Because what a woman do? A woman takes what you bring and multiplies it. Come on, somebody. Huh? But real talk though, we don't take the time to like really try and get better. We want instant gratification. We want to go viral. We want those viral moments. We want people to be like, "Ooh, they killing." But I don't want you to say, "Ooh, that line that you recorded that you got lucky and caught was killing." No, I want you to say, "Ooh, shoot, the way that this nigga live, he's consistent." No wonder why he able to do that. No wonder why he able to do that because he put in the work. You know, I'll shut up now. Okay.
No, you
that's what we talking about.
If you not, I know us real musicians, and I'm saying us real musicians because we all do this. If you don't have the urge just to one random day pick up your axe, pick up your stick bag, pick up something, and just go say, I just want to sit in on a song because I just want to play tonight. I just want to play because I love playing. Then there's something wrong because all you've done is got caught up in the chasing the next gig or chasing the next check and cutting the other man just to get a quick $100 and all this type of stuff that you don't even have the urge or even the bandwidth to even hear something and go run home and learn it because it just, even if it was something simple because it felt good in the car when you heard it, or just want to go sit in on a song, like you know, it's more than what people have made it to be. Like I remember there used to be years of me trying to perfect my sound and my instrumentation that I used to pay attention to the most intricate details a bass player would do. It would just be little stuff. It was not licks. It wasn't riffs. It was just how to make a song feel good. I remember one time years ago, a guy told me, I hired you for the gig because I know old dude could play and he's killing. But I don't know what it is about you, man. You just make the song feel so good. If it ain't something as simple as that, what are we doing here?
Right. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Are you making stuff feel good when you sit down on that stool or stand up with that axe or sit on them drums or them keys or whatever? Are you making whatever is happening in the moment feel good? Are you bringing value to that moment?
Right. Exactly.
I'm done.
No, it's just like everything has to be monetized when everything doesn't have to be monetized. Right. You know,
and you don't know,
just pimping out your gifts, and that's the problem.
The point is, you have an expectation for everything to be monetized, but you haven't put in the work to deserve it, and you fumble it. Like you fumble it when you get it. You fumble it. That's like me. Like I believe in being very specific with my prayers. So I'm praying for debt cancellation that doesn't cause me any harm or any harm to anybody else. I'm praying for, you know what I'm saying, a certain vehicle. But when I pray for a vehicle, I say, Lord, don't just bless me with the vehicle, bless me with the means to maintain the vehicle. Nigga can go buy a Mercedes AMG. Everybody can't
maturity, sir.
Everybody can't maintain it. You can buy the vehicle, but you can't pay for that oil change. You can't pay for that tire.
Spiritual maturity, sir.
You gotta be in a position to actually be able to handle that stuff. That's why it's good to actually learn from some people, to learn from some cats. Like taking the time, like you gonna fumble the bag before you get it. You gonna fumble the bag, and that's why for the longest time, cats wasn't calling other cats for gigs. I know here at least because we didn't know if we could trust you.
Man.
Like, I don't know if you're gonna come to the gig. The gig start at 7, you get there at 7:50. I mean 6:50. I mean it's 10 minutes till. But why put that extra pressure on yourself when you might forget something or anything can happen? What if something actually happened? What if you find out that your cord didn't work? but now you got to actually go search for your other chord inside the middle of your trunk. Had you came 25 minutes before, 30 minutes before, you would have had time to do that and still sit down before the gig started. Like we over. Ooh, I hear you, Holy Ghost. We over. Catch it. Catch it. We over celebrate clutch moments. We over celebrate. Oh, I can do it in clutch time, nigga. This is not basketball.
No.
Mamba mentality does not work in being a musician. Mamba mentality does not work in being a human being. Meaning, it got to be a clutch. Oh, you do all this work, so when it's 5 seconds left, you can go for the game winner. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, it should be a blowout. It shouldn't be no game winner.
Exactly.
We operate under clutch too much. Oh, I'm gonna rely on my ability. No, nigga. If you do what you, my mom always told me, stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Ooh. Like Marlo, I ain't gonna hold you. You just convicted my whole spirit because you said if you're not willing to, if you can't just take one day outside of gigging, like that just pierced me a lot. Like, hey, you need to do that. And I'll use the excuse, oh, I work a day job now and I'm doing all this other stuff.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
No, bro, you still no. You make time for what you want to do.
You want to make time for it, yeah.
So make time for it, especially if it's what you want to do. So you got to be willing to. All right, even if I'm gonna sit down and watch some television. I am because that's how I decompress.
It's
I can pick up one of my ladies and just strum her a little bit. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I learned a new chord. Bling blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt what you're saying, but this is going to tie real good into it. One thing I need to get back to doing that I used to do, I'm talking about, man, when I mean, early 20s Marlo was sitting watching TV and movies and soloing and playing to what was the score, what was the commercial. Like, you could kill two birds with one stone, Paul. Like, and this goes for anybody. You could literally sit and watch TV, watch the basketball game, watch the football game, watch a movie, watch Netflix, and literally just sit there with your axe or your bass or whatever, and you hear something being done in the background music, the commercial, and literally just be fidgeting with that. Man, it makes time go by quick, man. I would do that for 4 or 5 hours straight.
Bruh.
Back in the day. I got to get back to that. So we both need to be accountable. Young Marlo was different, man. I was doing woo.
But I'm gonna tell you though, I love that. I do want you to give yourself grace because we dang near 40. I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up, y'all. And I'm sorry I'm cussing again. Sorry. This fucked me up. I'm not okay right now. I got asked, man, how long you been a musician? Carry the one. Carry the one. Round to the nearest 10th is even more insane. I said, damn. I said, well, I've been a professional musician now 17 years. I'm like, what? My son about to be 15.
It's crazy.
I've been playing guitar 20 years now. This month, 20 years. I was like,
amazing.
Whole shot.
Man, what?
I mean, that's not really. I don't really consider that a bad thing because I know one time, Marlo, you kind of dropped a bomb on me one time because we were actually listening. We were actually in Detroit, me, you, and Eris. We were listening to the Andre Crouch, his last album. Maurice had played on that. And then you were like, being a musician isn't like an athlete. You like being a musician, you get better when you're older. You're not better when you're younger. As you get older, you start to progress in your instrument. You actually get better. Yeah. So I'm like, man, that's an interesting way to think about it because I never really thought about that. But it is true. Like for me, I'm a much better drummer at 36 than I was at 26. And
man.
And I only wish that I was with everything that I was doing when I was in Detroit, when playing with Nomadic and everything. I only wish I was on that gig right now because I would
the-
sound totally different. I would
Yeah,
sound totally
right.
different.
I get
Much
that.
better.
Oh yeah. And sometimes it's not even about the fast stuff and the licks and chops. It's just like I just
decision
said.
making.
It's like when you sit down and you start playing. How are you making the song feel? See,
Yeah.
I could make the song feel way better at 37, going on 38 than Marlo did at 22. Now I was a little bit more energetic and just want to be playing fast and stuff. But if you told me to play a song that I played back when I was 22, young Marlo would be like, bruh, you just completely flipped this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, we in our Scotch season. We're like an aged Scotch. We're like a Macallan 50.
Fine beverage, huh?
Yeah, man. You're not just popping shots of Macallan 15. Like you're not doing that. You
Shout out to Brown Sugar.
Brown sugar.
those